Hi, we're back. We actually made it. There was a time last year we said we were going to do this, and I think it was about 6 or 7 months ago, and we never did it. But here we are now. And before we get into what I want to talk about today, I want to tell you a little story. It's not a true story, but it's a story. It's a story about one day when I was around the house, I heard a knock on the door, and I went to answer it, and there was a man going around collecting donations for the local swimming pool, so I gave him a glass of water. That's not a true story, and it's a bad joke. But the illustration is good because it talks about there are times that somebody says something to us, and they know what they said, but what we heard meant something totally different than what they said. Of course, if somebody did come to your door looking for donations, they're probably thinking something very specific, maybe money or items for some kind of a drive. But if they're looking for donations for a swimming pool, they're probably not looking for water. And I wanted to share that because of what I want to start talking about today. I want to talk a little bit about the Bible. And it's an old book. Most of you probably at least know that. But as Reinhard Bonnke said one time when he was asked about the Bible, how could it be relevant because it's old? He said that the sun is also old, but it's still very hot. And I would like to add to that we still really need it. And we're really glad that it's there. We don't want to lose the sun, even if it's old. It's important. And that's really a lot like the Bible. It is old, but it's important. And once you understand why it's there and what it's for, you're really glad that it's there. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about that. And I guess I wanted to share a little bit about how important it is and how we can know we can trust it, because probably just about everything I'm going to talk about is going to relate back to the Bible, which is, of course, a book collected of 66 books into one. It's a little daunting to read, but we'll share with you a good starting place after a little bit. But though I am not usually one to give acronyms and all that kind of a thing, I did think of one for this. It seems to make sense. And I want to use the word H.A.T, H-A-T, just to give three quick little reasons as to why maybe we should take a look at the Bible. What does it say? What does it mean? Is it important? How can I apply it to my life? H.A.T. The H would stand for history. History is really helpful in this case because it's an old book, especially if you understand that we're talking about, at this point, probably almost 6,000 years worth of history that's recorded there. You can think of that as like a long city street. If you go to a major city and there's a really long main street, there are a lot of small streets that intersect with that and come off of it all over the place. And that's like a long period of time in history. It crosses a lot of different things. It crosses a lot of different lives of people, a lot of different events. And so you can go back and you can check a lot of the things that are written down to see if they're true, because it intersects with all kinds of other things that can confirm that. In the Bible, there's records of different kings and their descendants. There's records of cities and where they are. All kinds of life stories of people. It's so easy to check and see if it's true, because all you have to do is look at history, especially archaeology. It's a great place to start, and you'll find all kinds of reasons to confirm it. Also, you have accuracy. How many times is what's written down actually proven to be true, or how many times is it false? Does the Bible have accuracy? Yes, it does. If you go through it, you'll find that even times when people have said, oh, that person didn't exist. There was a time when people said that Pontius Pilate, the person that wrote the death warrant for Jesus Christ, the Roman governor, didn't exist, and then they found a stone with his name written on it, congratulating him for his posting as governor in his day. And so, accuracy. And the last one, T, is track record, which of course is how many times is the accuracy proven to be true. You can also add to that, because we want to bring it into the now, if you look at the lives of different people that have looked into the Bible, have taken what it says, and actually lived it, not just discussed it or become familiar with the information, but really lived it out, has that changed people's lives? And the answer is yes. So if that's the case, what's written in it must be fairly important. So H.A.T, history, accuracy, and the track record. And the track record It also includes transformed lives. So the reason I wanted to start with that is because everything I'm going to talk about in these videos, especially over the next little while, is going to directly relate to things that are written in the Bible. So why talk about it if it's not true? Why talk about it if it's not important? So I just wanted to start with that. If you have a lot of questions about that, there's a wonderful ministry website that I can recommend to you, josh.org, josh.org. There's all kinds of absolutely free information that you can find on there that will talk to you, if you want to get into the details, about the accuracy of the Bible, how you can know whether it's true or not, and the history and all those types of things. For my purposes here, we're just going to keep these videos very, very simple. But if you want to get into the real depths of it, you can check out josh.org, and there's lots of information there. Or you can go to rzim.org, Ravi Zacharias International Ministries, and there's all kinds of information there that you can find out about life's major questions. And so just to finish off, I would like to ask you a question of my own. Have you ever actually read the Bible? Because we're looking back to that man that came to my door, not really, but just pretend, knocked on it and asked for a donation for the swimming pool and got water. Well, he didn't want water. And really, if I gave him water, I wouldn't have a clue what he was talking about, because I didn't find out what he really wanted in the first place. And sometimes when we're talking about the Bible, we have ideas because of past experiences or what other people said or what they did, and we've formed all kinds of opinions, but we've never really looked into it for ourselves. And the very best way to find out if something's true or not is to check it out personally for yourself. And we have a wonderful group out in the west part of this country that have promised to send us Bibles, like this one here, to give away to people who want them for free. We can't mail them right at this particular time, but if you live in Windsor or the surrounding area and you'd like to have a free Bible, now you can go online, you can find one for free. You can use your iPhone or Android phone or tablet or computer, and you can get audio or anything else. But if you're the type of person that you just like to have the feel of an old-fashioned book in your hand and you like to sit down and read, then feel free to send us off a little email, and we'll do our best to make arrangements, if you leave some contact information, to get you one of these absolutely free. Because if you want one and you're interested, then we want to get it to you. And don't forget to check back with us again next week and so on, so that we can talk about some other things that are important, and we'll get into some different stuff then. All right, thanks for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day.